Just before we get into the video, can I ask a massive favour? I've got a charity soapbox race this Sunday and I could do with some public votes. All you have to do is click the link in the description, click on car 16 and that gets you entered. You don't have to log in, you don't have to put a password in, it's as simple as that. If we win the public vote, I'll chuck a few quid into charity so it helps everybody out. Thank you so much for watching and we'll get straight on with the video. It looks like a question mark, but is the question, was that contaminating the water supply? I've got my doubts. Welcome back to the channel, hope everybody's doing okay. A little bit of a jobbing episode this week. I've been jobbing around the last week or so trying to clear the backlog because I've got a load of bigger jobs booked in the next couple of weeks. So this episode I've got a water heater, what else have I done? Oh, a towel. I've not filmed as much as I probably should. Yesterday I did tap cartridges, unblocked a drain, I fixed a couple of showers, but I just didn't feel like setting my camera up. They were just like sort of in and out, like not 5 minutes, there's no such thing as a 5-minute job, but you know, it's just you want to get in and out, get the job done and get on to your next. I don't know whether it's the hot weather, it's been super hot the last couple of days. I actually need to get some fuel, but I don't like filling up. What time is it now? It's only 2:25 I don't like filling up when the sun's been on the tanks all day because I think you get less fuel for your money. Whether it's just me. Somebody told me years ago, if you fill up on a hot day you always get less because the fuel expands. That's why like in F1 and stuff like that it's done on weight. So yeah, I'll always fill up first thing in the morning, but I don't know if I've even got enough fuel to get to my next job, so I might have to put a little bit in. That's a Tom's top tip, by the way, as well. So a lot of the modern pumps, when you look at them, they're all temperature controlled, but none of the ones around here are temperature controlled. So it'd be like set for 15 degrees, but if it's 30 degrees outside, the tank's expanded, so you're getting less fuel. So yeah, they're ripping you off, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, less of the petrol tips and more of the plumbing tips, and we'll crack straight on with the episode. I've been asked to change this rusty towel. Don't know why these white ones always go like that. They always seem to. I think this one's had a little bit of a leak on it as well. So customers just asked to change it. It's a 500 by 1200. I'm going to be putting a chrome one back. I'm probably just going to knock it off on these valves. It's actually quite a big system because we're in like a care home. So ideally I don't want to drain it if I can. It might even have microfill on it. I'm going to get these valves off, open up the air tap, make sure they are isolated, and we'll literally just whip it off. It's plasterboard walls. There might be some timber in there for us. I mean, that is fairly well fixed, the original one, so it could be that they put timbers in. So yeah, we'll get it drained and have a look. First off, we'll get the valves isolated, try and count the turns as well for the balance. That one's only just on. We'll open that up, make sure them valves are holding. Yep, that's stopped. Now I want to try and get my plumb thumbs on that. It depends if we've got any movement on this part. It just gives us control. That just gives us control, makes it so we're not going to spill any water on the way out either. I bet the brackets don't line up. I mean, they need to come off anyway. I'm not that lucky. Is there a timber there? There might actually be something solid in there, you know. Loctite 55 on the tails. I'm using the existing tails because I'm using the existing valves. There's nothing wrong with them. And like I said, I don't really want to drain all this down, if I can help it. Put a little bit of paste. I'm going to do this slightly differently to how I normally do it. I'm going to screw the brackets onto the walls, that piece, and then we're going to clamp it on after. Normally I would keep my brackets tight in on the side, but I'm just going to match them how they work because I don't want to leave any holes in the wall if I can help it. They might not quite line up, but we'll figure that bit out in a minute. Put it like this, it's got 2 chances. No hope or Bob hope. There's a chance of timber or something. You actually tighten these pieces on here first and then just drop the towel rail on. That might make it a bit easier. I don't always do them like this, but I just think it'll make it easier on this particular one. Sorry. Almost done as well. It's all nice and solid. What I'm going to do is get some inhibitor in this. Just got the little caps to put back on, and then we'll turn the lock shields back on the same amount of turns. I'll have to check the pressure on the system. I think that one was open to about there. I think this might have auto top up on it. I'm not 100% sure. I will double check to make sure the pressure's on. Just get this bled. That's all job sorted. I might just flick the heating on, although it is like 30 degrees outside today. But yeah, nice and solid, all changed out, job done. This morning's job, I'm taking out this heat race ADA water heater. This is a vented one, so it basically means they've got no water pressure on the taps. So if you imagine the taps are this height, you've only sort of got less than a metre head. This doesn't heat up anyway, and the elements for these, believe it or not, are about 300 quid. So we're putting in a 15 litre unvented one, which it's only feeding a couple of basins this. So I've isolated the cold, I've isolated the power. We'll check for dead, make sure for safe isolation. We'll get this thing draining, we'll get it off the wall, and we'll get the new one installed. I'm going to cut this here so I've got somewhere to drain the unit into. That only goes outside over a drain. There is a drain off tap on these. Sometimes these get scaled up. I think that one is going to work for us. I'll get the cold feet disconnected. Whilst it's draining, I'll get my female lines put onto the top of my heater. I've just Loctited them up, and these just screw straight on. Some of them they send you a dielectric anode. I think the Ariston ones they do, but I've never had an issue with corrosion using a brass bush on these. So I've seen these connected up with Flexis. I prefer to hard pipe everything if I can. I just think it makes a better job. What I've got to do is undo this bolt and lift this off now. It is all empty. They are fairly heavy. This has got a little tank in the top. Ball valve goes in, that's your vent. That's your feed into the bottom tank, which heats it up with the immersion heater, and then the hot's on a dip tube, so the hot, it draws it from the top of the bottom tank. That's your overflow. We get the new bracket set up. So the new unit is a lot smaller, but we've only got 2 hand basins on this. I think the old one was a bit overkill. So we've got our isolation point up here. The first thing we need is a single check valve. What this does, it prevents any warm water expanding back into the main. So they've got an arrow on them, they'll only go one way. These are suitable for fluid cat 2 water. So when water changes temperature or odour, it becomes fluid cat 2. So that'll go on there. We need, because we're fitting a single check valve, we need to put an expansion vessel on. This takes up the expansion of the water as the unit heats up. So I'm going to mount that there. I'll probably pop a drain off tap underneath it. Ideally these should be sighted in the vertical position to allow any water to drain out. I might even try and get that, but I don't know. We'll see what we can do with the pipe work on it. And then we've got a 6-bar relief valve to get on this as well, in case the unit ever fails, so it'll overload out the relief port. So I'm just going to get this piped in. We'll have a look. We'll try and get the expansion vessel above, I think. I don't know. We'll have a look at it. It's all about just getting control over your job, getting the water off, getting valves on, and getting stuff, trying to make it easy for the next person as well. Not dropping your olives. Oops, not doing it. This will be our pressure relief one, so just press that up. So that's got my cold side all done and piped in. I've popped a 4-inch soil pipe clip on that expansion vessel because it just holds them in snugly, and if ever filled with water, not that them little ones would drop off, but they don't actually come with a bracket, so I think that's a neat lifty idea myself. So we've got a single check, we've got a lever valve, single check valve, expansion vessel, 6-bar PRV into the cold in the unit. So we've just got the hot to pipe out and join back onto here now. I might bend it, I don't know. We'll have a look at it. I'll probably come out the top with a press fit in, put a couple of clips on the wall, and then reduce that anyway. I think I want it there. I want it there somewhere. I'm going to put a new valve on the outlet of this. It had a 22mm one on before, but I've just reduced it to 15, which should be absolutely ample. So with this being mains fed now as well, they'll have a lot more water volume than they had before. I mean, the tap's just dribbled out. probably have too much water now. And across onto there, that'll be fine. So that's got everything connected. This can actually go on now. I know I haven't done the relief pipe work yet, but that shouldn't be open. So that'll fill the unit. Still got this to lag and stuff. Just got that off. I'll have to go around and purge the taps. I'll tighten that one up so. Didn't leak, I just heard it, the air hissing out. Just purging it, that's all I was doing, just purging it. Show my little Nipex cutters, these are good for stripping flex. Just bang it on, twist it, and then pull, and it don't catch the cables. Good little bit of kit. I think when I bought these they were about 20 quid, I think they're like 40 now, it's like everything in it. Just goes up in price. I'll get it wired up, and while I'm lagging it and finishing the discharge, it'll be heating up so we can test all the temperatures. We'll put it on economy. They've all got blenders on the outlet anyway, so that should start to heat up. Red lights come on. I'm just getting this lagged up as neat as I can. It is heating up. I've just got to go and check the temperatures and finish the discharge, but that's pretty much got this job all piped in. I've shown you all the interesting stuff. So yeah, I'll finish that discharge. Got to get some clips for this cable as well, because it's doing my OCD, and that is, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. That's pretty much this done. It's all lagged up. I've just got the discharge finished. I've checked the temperatures, everything's working lovely. So yeah, quite happy with that. I've kept it as neat and tidy as I can, and I think it looks okay. I'll just quickly show you this job, seeing as I filmed on part 1, getting the level deck in. I've not filmed any of the second fix. It's literally 4 o'clock on a Friday, and I've still got a leak on that donut to fix. We've just put the old toilet and the old basin back in, the old shower. Flooring's all been done now, mermaid board's all on, that's all waterproofed. So yeah, literally just got to seal up and fix that leak, and I'm done. But it turned out okay, considering what it was, you know, shower all the way up here. It's going to be so much better from having a full level access shower. Could have done with the new tap on there as well, couldn't it? I'll see if I've got a top for that in the pan. Unless Swan brand ones, I don't know. See what we can sort. But yeah, that's that job done. It's just leaking annoyingly on the donut washer. It's probably wiggled it as I've put it in, so I'm going to have to take this apart now and put a new donut on. But I'll sort it. Hopefully we've got the hot and cold right now. Beautiful. Train's very lovely. That's all sealed up, tested all the shower, basin's all done. I think it turned out lovely. I just swapped this Flexi out. This fitting had been condemned by Anglian Water. The customer was complaining of blue specks coming out the tap, and they've identified it to this fitting. Now this is a RAS approved JG Speedfit Flexi. Where's it gone? It was stamped on it somewhere. There, let's turn it around. But yeah, they reckon it's that Flexi, so we've swapped that out. It was a bit of a pain because it's behind the Belfast sink, and hopefully that stops the issues they've been having. But I'm not convinced, to be honest with you. I can't see how that would get blue bits out the pipe, but that's what Anglian Water say, so that's what we've changed. Let me know if you've ever had anything like that before, but it's a first for me. I just run the taps to make sure I know all the blue bits come out. I tell you what it looked like. It looked like blue MDPE, blue polypipe. I would say they've been doing some work in the road, and I would say someone's come through for a guess. But I doubt this is even on blue in this house. I would say it's on lead coming in, so I don't know. It looks fairly clear now, doesn't it? It looks like a question mark, but is the question, was that contaminating the water supply? I've got my doubts. Anyway, we've changed it, so everything's put back together, and hopefully the customer has no more problems. that's got that job all sorted. That was a little bit of an interesting one, to be honest with you. I've never seen a Flexi degrade with blue particles before. She showed me a picture on her phone, and it was like, to be honest, it looked like blue MDPE shaving. So she had the waterboard in, they've done a full check of the house and everything. Obviously they know what they're doing in the road, if they've been cutting into blue MDPE pipe and stuff like that, whether that's come through, but they say they haven't done anything. I'm not sure. It's quite a remote property. To be honest, I don't think it was that Flexi. I don't know what it was, if the waterboard don't know what it was. It was a heat slave boiler, so like a combi oil boiler, so I doubt anything in that will release blue. They would have checked all the ball valves. I know they had a problem a few years back with what they call, there was a blue water case study. If you just put blue water in Google, it will come up where the ball valves, people were putting the chemical blocks in the toilet cisterns, and then the height adjustable ball valves, it was releasing through the O-ring and back into the water main. But that wasn't that. It was like it just looked like blue MDPE shavings to me, but it wasn't blue coming into the property. So I don't know where that's come from. I've honestly no idea. I've not seen that before. Let me know if you guys have. To be honest with you, I'm filming this a few days after, and they've not rung up to say they've had anything else through the water supply, but I highly doubt it was that Flexi. But that's what I've been asked to change, so I've changed it. Sometimes you can only do what you can do. I did have a quick look round. As I say, I can't think anything else would do that. There's nothing in like plumbing systems in houses that would be blue. It would either be black if it was a Flexi, I think, or potentially like bits of silver or chrome or something like that if a tap was degrading, or bits of like, white plastic off a ball valve. I don't know, but as I say, it's got it sorted. I'll let you know if we go back to that one. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this one there. Don't forget to vote in the public vote. It'll be super appreciated, and I'll be super grateful. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.